Hello dudes and dudettes, what's up? It's Michael, and with the new year 2012 I wanted to really share some tips and tricks with you guys. And as I've been getting into WoW lately, I know a good way to kind of buff up the community is by teaching you guys how to play different characters, and I really only have a few classes that I know exactly how to play. So I'm going to be doing a how-to series on basically how to play PvP on different WoW classes at different levels. So basically, the first episode today, I'm going to be starting off by teaching you guys how to play a hunter in PvP. I know my guy's only level 83, and basically as a hunter the max cap is only level 80. Past that, it's all going to be the same for PvP wise, and the only additions are basic armor upgrades and different stuff like that. So basically, as a hunter, there's a relatively simple layout and class setup as well as talents, and there is room for personal preferences and stuff like that though. So yeah, I'm just gonna start off. Basically, talent wise, I am Beast Mastery talent, and why I like that talent the best is because basically it gives you upgrades to yourself as well as increases the damage done by your pet. And pretty much the pet is like a distraction. It goes in and if I say I'm playing a pally and I have a pet attacking me and a hunter shooting at me, I'm gonna go for the hunter because he's the one doing the damage in my eyes, but the pet is secretly doing half the DPS, which is actually the fault of many people. So the pet really gets rarely gets aggro, and the hunter pretty much takes all the aggro. But in Beast Mastery, the pet can actually do, like I said, 50% of the DPS, which is extremely good. So yeah, basically I have a very basic talent setup. If you guys want to pause it, you can take a look at this. It's basically, I made it myself, and it's what I thought was the best for PvP and everything like that, and the best to get the max DPS out of your talent points. So yeah, basically, like I said, the pets are the main star. So I have a few pets here that I use in PvP. I really haven't gone pet hunting that much, but these are the best I've known. You really want to pick a pet with a good DPS amount and a good CC, and a CC is a crowd control, and it's basically a thing that can stun or slow down or drop or something like that to an enemy that will make their life pretty much a living hell. So basically, my first pet I like is the bird pet. It's this is a spirit owl, and basically he does a really high amount of DPS and different stuff like that, and I really enjoy it because he has a basic layout, you know, scratch. It actually disarms the enemy, which basically can drop their DPS, and he has basic claw and different stuff like that, which can do high amounts of damage. Also a growl, which is not really necessary in PvP, but that's the basic setup for that pet. The next pet I really enjoy is the warp stalker. And basically, the reason I like this pet is because it has this ability, the time warp. It slows down the enemy, reducing its speed by 50%. So basically, if the flag runner is running away in any like battle round, you just use that on him, and basically he gets slowed by 50%. Then you can use your concussive shot and take him down. Besides that, really the only other pet I would use in PvP is the shale spider. Really any other spider would work. I just like the look of the shale spider personally. And he has the web ability, which stuns them for 3 seconds, which again allows you time to get more hits and kill the enemy. Overall, I would use either the bird or the warp stalker for that reason, but the shale spider is good if you're in a big group and you want to just take out individual targets. So now for damage and like rotation wise, basically all you're going to be using is the 1, 2, and 3, the arcane, serpent sting, and concussive shots. And basically I use those in a relatively simple setup. You just start off, this is for if you are doing an one-on-one, like say one guy's coming after you, nobody else is helping you, nobody else is attacking you, just one guy coming after you. You're going to want to start off just with a concussive shot, basically get it going, keep your auto shot on, and then do a serpent sting like right after the global cooldown, and then just spam arcane shot over and over and over again until you're low, and then you're going to want to use the fervor, I do not know how to pronounce that, brings back up your focus, arcane shot again, after another 6 seconds use your concussive shot again, and keep doing arcane shot until you're about down to no focus left, and then start using the cobra shot, and make sure you have aspects of the fox so you can strafe, and make sure you just keep repetitively jumping which will decrease the chance of the person to actually click on you. And when you get around 100%, 100 focus, again, burst them down with your arcane shot. And make sure you always keep the cobra or the serpent and the concussive shots on them to slow down them and different stuff like that. I do have red sickness currently, but this will pull around at my level in the level 80 to 84 PvP cap around 10k DPS, which is extremely good. And you know, I can crit really high with the arcane shots, and that's not really including my pet because my spider's not doing that much. And to confuse it a little bit more, basically when you have free time, you want to use the intimidation ability. You want to use that to start off a fight because it stuns the enemy, and that can be used in kind of like to help out your concussive shot more. Say they're getting really close to you, you want to intimidate, and then you could disengage backwards to, you know, get a better distance on them. You always want to make sure you're walking backwards in concussive shotting, just concussive shotting as you're walking backwards, and you know, always keep that up on them. Another good thing is the kill command. That can do a high amount of damage right in the beginning. I see even with red sickness I hit a 17k on them, and that's extremely good. You know, it can just keep doing really high amounts of damage, as well as if you need to, if say you have multiple targets, you want to use Bestial Wrath, enrages yourself, and you could basically do more damage. Your pet does way more higher amounts of damage, your auto shot does more damage, as well as say you're in a big fight, you want to use rapid fire. It'll increase your obviously shots, and then use focus fire, which is one of the talent abilities, and with that combined with rapid fire, your auto shot is pretty much every second, which can really screw up the people a lot. And then you just want to make sure you keep doing arcane shot and pretty much everything like that. Personally, that's just the best way to bring down targets, especially if they're not focused on you at all. Say you have a DK charging you though, because really DKs are pretty much tanks, because the plate armor really resists your shots a lot, and you want to kind of focus on clothies because the cloth armor people will really take your hits, and you can hit extremely high on them, which is good. Also though, if you're a blood elf, you can use the arcane torrent to bring back some of your focus, you know, just for an additional shot like that. Like I was saying, say a DK is charging at you, you want to make sure you always can keep the concussive shot on him. Use the launch trap, throw out a little ice trap right there, he walks over it, and then there's the path of ice which will actually slow him down for longer, and then you just want to keep concussive shotting him, Bestial Wrath, intimidation, and then kill command, and pretty much pop all your cooldowns. You can down him extremely easily. And then when you can use another trap, you use the snake trap, which will put poisons on him that slow him down even more, and by then he'll pretty much be screwed. When I'm fighting DKs, I always want to make sure I have disengage not on a cooldown. I don't want to use it unnecessary wise, because say he death grips me, I can just disengage backwards, and I'm pretty much good as long as I keep backing up and concussive shotting. So it's relatively simple, it's nice, really easy interface and good cooldowns. So basically the last thing I want to talk about is the fake death, or fate death, whatever you want to call it. I really use this rarely. I mean, hunters, that's one of the good abilities, the fake death ability, and it can really bring some aggro off you. So basically, to do it correctly, I see a lot of people though, they have their pet out still and they use that, so obviously it's going to be a kind of red flag that, oh, they're still alive, they're just faking. So me as a hunter, I would quickly dismiss my pet, run strafing around. If you know you're going to die between around 35 and 10% of your health, you just want to keep doing as much damage as possible, and then right as it seems they're going to do a killing blow on you, just do fake death, and that should convince them that you died. You also want to make sure you have no companions out right now, because obviously it seems like, oh, I'm still alive. So basically that will convince them that you're dead, and then trick them enough that you can actually just sit there and wait, and then use a trap or something, or then later run away and get your escape. And yeah, so it's pretty simple. Like I said, basic layout. Aspect wise, I'd use either aspect of the hawk or aspect of the fox if you're planning to use cobra shot. Also, kill shot is good to finish off the targets. Whenever you can use it obviously. And then deterrence is good if you're getting masked and you just need to get the heck out of there, and I use that just to deterrence, and then disengage backwards, disengage, it's not working. Alright, well basically you just want to deterrence, disengage, turn around, run, and then turn around, disengage, and keep going backwards, kind of in like a jump boost motion. That should help out. Obviously when you can hunter's mark, that's kind of just a given as a hunter, but I definitely recommend hunters as your first kind of character to play on WoW if you're new, and just if you want to wreck it up into PvP. Obviously hunters are extremely good at that, and there's basic skill level, pretty much nothing like that. PvE wise it's completely different though, so this is pretty much only for PvP. I definitely recommend though going in the 80 to 85 bracket, because there's going to be a lot of people that just went out of Lich King that are 80 and they have low amounts of health, and you can pretty much tear them up with your arcane shot. I mean two hit people practically, and that's going to help out extremely a lot. Basically besides that, it's a relative, like I said, setup. Gear wise, you just want to go for stamina and agility, and that's pretty much it. If you're leveling, need for stamina and agility, mail or leather armor. Trinket wise, just anything that boosts your attack power, hit rating, or the range power. Pretty much everything else is extremely simple. Now with focus, hunters don't need mana anymore, so obviously that's a huge bonus. And yeah, so basically you just want to pick a good range weapon. That's your main thing. Staffs with agility and stamina are basically hunter weapons. Nobody else uses that. Maybe a feral druid, but besides that, hunters are the only people using stamina agility staffs. So thank you guys for watching. Definitely, if you have any comments or suggestions, this is just my tips and tricks obviously that I use that seems to work out good. Obviously it's not perfect, anything like that, but if you have any tactics or strategies, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. And if you like this guide, make sure you leave a thumbs up and a comment and subscribe. So make sure you guys check out my other WoW PvP videos where I will be PvPing as a hunter, and you guys can see what it's like and everything like that. Besides that, I'm going to be coming out with more guides as I get more guides to higher ranks and I understand the classes more. But for the first episode of 2012, make sure you guys leave a rating and a thumbs up possibly. But thank you guys for watching, and peace out.